Welcome back to 1834 Restoration House.
It is an absolutely dreary day out there, and this room is completely in chaos right now, but there's a good reason for it. So we are doing a large musical chairs that involves moving stuff all the way around the house from different rooms, and we're trying to reconfigure things because we've got some cool stuff that we want to show you guys. But first, let's get this room put together.
Today's program is sponsored by the generous support of our patrons. Your support helps to further our historic preservation efforts. For more information, visit patreon.com/1834 Restoration House.
Well, first thing in the cool stuff department are these old valances that came off the windows in the dining room. Now, we thought that these were made of cloth. Oh no, they are made of plywood with a cloth covering thumbtacked on. Unfortunately, they're not Victorian and they're not historical, so they're coming out along with the filmy curtains and the old window shades. So those are gone. Now we're going to take some plastic and we'll cover these up for insulation purposes.
We pre-measured and cut the plastic to fit this window shape. Now I just got to make sure I have enough plastic on each side that I can tape it to the frame and keep it low enough that it'll reach the bottom. I think that will work. Let's find out. Oop. I don't know if that's gonna work. There we go. That should work better. Now let's see about getting the sides taped. I do wish I had gotten the clear plastic. I thought I had, but I didn't. At least it still lets light in. As I was trying to put the tape on, it didn't quite fit right, so I tried to move it. Somebody has slathered some cheap paint on here because it just came right off with the tape. So now I have to take all of this all the way up to here and put a whole new piece on. This room is now one of the worst rooms in the house. And at some point, we're going to redo this room. But this is a whole room restoration. Let's see if we can get this to work better now that the paint is gone. Up in the groove. There we go, beautiful. Very nice. We'll go ahead and finish this one and do the other two, and we'll show you how that looks when we're done.
All of the plastic is up in this room, and I wanted to show you something real quick. Even though we have double hung windows, which are closed, and out beyond them are storm windows, which are also closed, you can see the plastic is bulging here. In fact, if I push on it, like that, and I let go, see how it refills again? That means that there's air pressure coming through all of those panes of glass out there where they leak, and it's trying to come into the house. And so what we've done effectively is stopped that. Now, as long as this tape will hold, I think we'll be okay, and we'll keep that cold air out of the house for the rest of the winter.
We've got the plastic on the windows. Now we want to clear the room out. Ooh. It's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Well, for now, this gives Mike a workstation to work on the amplifiers and stereo stuff. Let's get the rest of that room emptied out.
Now that the room is empty, let me show you what we did here. The floor is clean and everything is gone. Now you probably guessed that we're up to something, and you would be right. Let me show you something. This is a piece of masonite. It's 4 feet by 8 feet. It's a hard board that's extremely durable, and it's great for making tops of workbenches, and it's also good for protecting floors in Victorian houses. With this masonite on the floor, I can walk across it. I can do all kinds of things on this floor and not have to worry about hurting it. There, now it's like a dance floor. After putting the panels down on the floor, we did some calculations and marked these up, and I'm going to lop off a triangular shape here so that it fits the corner where the bay window is. Now there's one more thing I have to do here. In the room is an air conditioning and heating duct which sits right about here. And so Jeannie and I spent a good deal of time with squares and straight edges and measuring tapes trying to figure out exactly where that is and transfer that to here. We think we got it right, but we won't know for sure until we put it on. First thing I'm going to do is poke a big hole into it so I can get the saw blade in. Okay, we're done with that. Let's get the saw. And cut the rest of the hole. All right, let's see how well this fits. All right, do you think it'll fit? Things tend to move around a little bit and they don't stay exactly where I put them, but I would have to say that that is a successful cut. So we've covered up the pine floor in the dining room with masonite sheets. Why in the world are we putting masonite sheets on our beautiful pine floors? I think we've teased you guys long enough. Let's go out in the hallway and I'll show you exactly what we're up to. It's been said that when you live in the Deep South, a man must have two things. The first is a truck. Well, we took care of that a few weeks back. The second is a workshop. We don't have that, and we don't have the ability to set one up or build one right away. So we've decided we're going to use the space we have and we'll set something up in there. Jeannie bought me this table saw for Christmas. We're going to unbox this now and put it in the dining room and start setting up her workshop. Before we came to South Carolina and bought this Victorian house, we lived in upstate New York, and we had an old Second Empire mansion up there that we were restoring. And this was really before the YouTube channel really did much. I think we threw a couple of short videos up there, but really there was nothing that was that interesting except for a boiler repair video and some walls in the basement that we did. But while we were there, we bought some machines so that we could manufacture our own floorboards and historic wood parts. And we've had those in crates for a couple of years now, and they've done absolutely nothing for us. We have a dust collection system here. We have a jointer down there, which is used for flattening and straightening boards. And then back over there in this other crate back here, we have a planer. And that's used for taking boards that are wide and you run them through there, and it flattens them and removes a certain amount of thickness from it so you can make your boards a certain dimension. So those machines are really important for any kind of a wood shop. They've been sitting here shoved in the corner doing absolutely nothing for the last couple of years, and it's time to pull these out, set them up, and start using them, because we've got a lot of stuff around here that really needs to be restored with new wood. The reason we put masonite down on the floor is to protect it from the machines. So they're going to get wheeled around the room, and we don't want those machines digging into the floor. So we'll let the masonite take the load, spread it out a little bit, and that'll save our floors.
Merry Christmas early.
Thank you. Oh, all right. Let's take this off.
That in there.
That's the top.
There's tape here.
Yes, we'll be saving all of this packing material just in case we ever need to move again.
I'm being careful not to cut the plastic, just cutting the tape.
Right.
Maybe I'm being too careful because I can't get the tape cut.
It's a good thing we saved all of the packing material in New York, because when it came time to where we had to move down here, all we had to do was just throw it back together and then put it on the truck, and they could just ship it for us. And so we'll be doing that again. You never know what the future holds. Well, they did a really good job of packing this stuff in here. We're going to have to unload this piece by piece and carry it into the room because it's too big to just wheel it in there.
A lot of little parts inside here too.
Yeah. I didn't realize it, but the dollies were in the front and all the heavy accessories were also sitting in the front. And so when I started pulling those out, the weight of the saw made it tip backwards on the pivot point of those dollies right there. And the whole thing just kind of fell backwards a little bit. And we did have a little bit of good fortune in that, remember that triangle piece we cut out earlier? That triangle piece is now down there, and that should make a nice bridge, hopefully, that we can get this cabinet up on its feet.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
How far?
Until you're square.
Square with what?
The pallet.
The pallet, okay. Is there any way you can move that in? Let me help.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is the heaviest end, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
So we're past here. I'd like to use the pallet as a fulcrum.
Okay.
And then try to get it down on its base.
Can we lift?
Yeah, let's see if we can lift this up.
Not very easily.
Use your knees, not your back.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
I can't lift it at all.
Okay. Okay, well, we don't have the muscle strength to do this, so we're going to have to get the gantry.
Sounds good.
Remember the gantry?
I do.
You guys have never seen the gantry.
It's homemade, but it's good.
So this is the famous gantry. I built this thing in New York because I needed something that was capable of picking these machines up. And these machines can be upwards of 500 pounds apiece. No way are we going to pick them up single-handedly. And there's no way a hand truck is going to be able to do it either. So what I did is I went down and got a chain hoist, a piece of iron pipe, and I custom built this frame. I mean, I literally just threw this together in 5 minutes based on an idea, and it worked. And so we've kept this around because it's such a good idea and it's worked so well for us. Now, what I've done is I took a strap and I put it underneath the table and back up again, and then hooked it up to this chain hoist. Here you can see how it's hooked up. And I've got this rigged overhead, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling on the chain now. And we should start lifting. Okay, see, it's moving. Every move we make here is carefully orchestrated and planned ahead of time. And we're taking it very slow, step by step, to get the goal we want without getting hurt. So, the first thing I'm going to do is lift right here, and that's going to make the entire saw come up like this. And our goal is to get it up, standing straight up, and then from there we can break down and reassemble everything and make the next move. So as this comes up, it's going to want to start sliding off the pallet. That's okay.
Off the ground.
Okay, what happens if we tip it down now? Can you, what happens if you push it down?
Push it down.
Yeah, if you push it, does it go anywhere?
Well, it goes down, but it hits the pallet.
Okay.
So keep going. Keep going.
All right, can you hold it down and start going the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's falling that way. Away from me. I need to pull it back up. Pull it back up. Yes. Okay. It can hold it that way, but it's falling sideways. It's not working the way we had hoped. As I push it in, this comes out and pulls the whole thing down.
Okay, well, I've got I've got a certain amount of weight on here. See if that goes.
I'm gonna have to pick it way up again. Okay. Now, how fast can you go down? Don't get off of that.
I gotta move this so that it's inside here. Okay. I'm gonna balance it right now, so.
You got it?
Good, yeah, go ahead. Just. That's what I want.
There. Okay, what do you want now?
Okay, get the chain out.
Chain is out.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the weight back on the gantry now.
Okay?
Is this stable on here?
Yes.
Kind of, sort of?
Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Okay, I'm gonna release
Go ahead.
this, and then I want you to slowly lower it down with the under the
Okay.
All right, that's phase 2 complete. It was kind of touch and go there for a couple of minutes because the gantry kept wanting to fall off the sides here, and this table got in the way of this, but we got it. Now, all of this could have been avoided if the manufacturer had shipped it with this thing standing upright like they do all their other tools. I don't know why in the world they chose to ship it laying down, but all of our other tools were shipped upright, and they did really well. Now, what I need to do next is I want to hoist this thing up in the air in this position, and what we'll do is we'll slide the pallet out, and then we'll put a dolly underneath it, and then we can start rolling it. Normally when we do this, the gantry will straddle the pallet. We can hoist up the machine, scoot the pallet out of the way, and then bring its base in underneath and then set it down on the base. Well, this pallet was extra wide and we didn't expect that, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and build the base. Now this thing is designed to put the machine on wheels so it can be pushed around and make it go out of the way when you don't need it. So we'll go ahead and build that, and we'll put it down here, and we're going to see if we can reposition this a little bit, hoist it up and then hoist it down on there and just make it work. So down here is the new base for the machine. We had to build that. It probably took 2 hours to put that thing together. It was
a pain.
Yeah, it was a pain, but we got it done. It's there. So this is our setup. We've got the gantry down here on the floor. We have the machine base underneath it, kind of straddles that. And then we still have this chained up. So what I'm going to do is start pulling on the chain hoist and very slowly start to lift this thing up. And it's going to come forward as we go. We'll probably have to help it out a little bit, walk it and keep it straight. But the idea here is if we can get this thing up in the air, above this, we can kick the pallet out of the way and very slowly lower this thing down onto its base. Once it's on the wheelbase, we can disconnect all this stuff, and now it's free to move under its own power.
Do you want me to do that part and you control this?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and run this.
Okay. Okay, are we ready?
Yep, go ahead. Well, okay, we didn't anticipate that, but the gantry... So the gantry is just going to pull itself over. That's not going to work. Okay, so because the gantry keeps wanting to tip this way, we're going to go ahead and stand on it with our body weight, and see if that counterweight will keep it from flipping over. Really, we're just trying to move the machine this way. Oh, there it goes.
It's moving.
It's moving. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, I need to push the machine that way, or we need to spin the gantry this direction. I think it'd probably be easier to move this thing over. We need to clear this table right here.
Right. Well, that poses a problem. If I move this, it's not going to fit on here. The gantry isn't long enough or wide enough.
Okay. Yeah, that has become a problem for us. This was built for a different set of pallets.
Yeah.
All right. We rotated the unit around clockwise, 90 degrees. We did the same thing with the base. And now we're going to attempt to pull it forward this way and try to lift that side up just a little bit. So our hope is that by taking some of the weight off on the side here, we might be able to just kind of walk it in and get it dropped down onto its base.
I need you to stand on that other side.
On this?
On that, like we did before.
Oh yeah, so we don't flip it over.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on just a second there. Okay, let's get the plastic off that corner
Okay.
because we don't want it on the base. Are you able to pull the plastic out of it yet?
Nope.
Go ahead and let's lift it up just a little bit and see if we can't get that plastic off.
Okay.
Okay, now try the plastic. Make sure your fingers...
Did you tape it?
I don't know. Make sure your fingers don't go between the machine and the base. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's not raise it any higher because
It's pretty high.
raising it higher is not going to help anymore. So let's see here. What can we do? Okay, so we are going to try lifting it up a bit more and then see if we can swing it out and push it in position.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Whoa. That's not quite what I had in mind there.
Did it move?
Yeah, it moved. Okay, whoa, stop. Okay, see if you can pull it towards you that way.
Pick it up?
Yeah, just pick it up and pull it towards you. Okay, no, that's too far. Let it come down into the socket.
I don't see it socket.
That's the socket right there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now you're crooked. You gotta turn it back over.
Like that?
Like that. Now
Okay.
you gotta pull, grab it down low and pull towards you.
Can't grab low.
I've got this, go ahead.
I need this lower. Can you lower that? Let go of this and just do the chains, please. Lower it. Oh,
You need to come back your direction.
I know, but I need it lower before I can do that. try lifting this over?
I'm afraid this is going to kick out. Come over here and hold this.
Okay. I'm sliding.
Set it down.
Okay, she's down.
Now, this is the way it's supposed to work. Gantry sits over machine, we hoist machine up, we set machine down on base, done. This should have been probably a 30-minute job, but we've been working on this all day long and it has not gone smoothly, as you've seen. So, we're going to think about this for a second and figure out how to re-rig, and we'll be right back. We spent some time experimenting with different rigging configurations, and this is what we came up with. So we have one Unfortunately, we spent so much time filming today that our battery ran out and we lost our microphones without any kind of warning, so we lost some of the audio there. But I'll just try to explain what's going on. So we rigged the saw up with hoisting straps onto our chain hoist, and the cables there, or the straps rather, are rated at 6,400 pounds. The saw is only about 450 pounds, and our chain hoist is rated at 1 ton. So we're well within the weight limit, so there was really no danger there as far as something breaking. But what we did do is we tied the two straps together so that the force of the lifting would be somewhat angular in towards the center and make sure that the straps didn't come off. And that was our bigger concern. So we hoisted it up and we were able to slip the base on underneath there and then gently lower it into place. And the next thing we did was we rolled it down the hallway, and we had 2 pieces of masonite on the floor to protect it. And we just did a leapfrog with the masonite, and we were able to push the saw down the hall on its own base. And then we were able to turn the corner and push it into the room. And with everything all on wheels, the thing spins around nice and easy and goes exactly where we want it to with a little bit of finagling. But I think that is pretty much it for this episode, and we'll go ahead and work on this. We have to put it together still. And in the next episode, when we see you again, we'll be bringing in the rest of our machinery.
Thank you for watching 1834 Restoration House. If you like what you've seen, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.